guest speaker, Jim Colson, and following his remarks, there will be a presentation of the Lord
All right, since this evening is already full of guest speakers, I'll try and keep these remarks pretty short. I know Michelle doesn't have faith that they'll be short, but there may be others who heard me carry on. So there's basically two things I want to talk about tonight. One is a little bit about the Eagle Award itself, and the other is about Ryan. So Michelle and I, we live maybe a mile away from the halls. We've grown really close over the years, our families have. And so we've watched Ryan grow up. We've seen some of his struggles. We saw the homework wars, and we saw some other things go on in the house. And we saw the great progress, lots of merit badges being earned, and then the Eagle Scout stall, you know. So you know, and that's all good stuff. Reflecting back on some of those, you know, there's some pretty funny stories. Well, there was the time that, well, I better not tell that one. And then there was the other, well, I can't know if I can tell that one either, but I do know, there is one I can tell. And that is, I remember, Ryan's always loved trains. And even in his display, there's some train thing. I remember the time that he went to summer camp, and lo and behold, there was a railroading merit badge counselor there. It was like, I'm not leaving and going anywhere, doing anything else all week long. He spent practically every waking minute over with the railroading merit badge counselor. So Ryan, he's a real good kid. I hate to admit that in public, but we know and love Ryan really good. He's a great kid. Like I said, the other thing I wanted to talk about was the Eagle Award. It's a great honor to get the Eagle Scout Award, Ryan, and it's you're in the few, you're in the elite, the ones that there are many scouts who didn't, a lot of scouts who didn't earn their Eagle Award. 96% of scouts never earned the Eagle Scout Award. So we see that it's a pretty elite few that earn this award, and we congratulate you for that. As an employer, and I'm sure many people have heard me say this before, that award says a lot to me. It says a lot to me. Because if I'm ever looking at resumes and I'm looking at 100, we're trying to hire 4 more engineers, and we're going to look through hundreds of resumes. And I tell you, if a resume has Eagle Scout on it, they automatically get pulled out of the pile, and they're going to get interviewed. Unfortunately, due to the difficulty of the hiring process with the federal government, a lot of times by the time we get around to calling a young man in for an interview, oh, I've already got a job. So what does that tell you? It's really easy to get a job as an Eagle Scout. It's really easy to get one. Why? Why is that? Just because I'm an Eagle Scout, so I hire my buddies that are Eagle Scouts? No. It's because of what that badge means. What does that mean to a young man? What does it mean to other people? I just wrote down a couple of things. It means it's an accomplishment that very few get, and that's recognized. It signifies that you're able to start and finish a project. A lot of people can start projects. How many of them finish a project? Right? It signifies diversity. How many merit badges did you have to earn to get an Eagle? Well, the minimum required is what now, 22? 21? 22?
21.
All right, it's 24 when I was a kid.
Still 21.
But how many did you in, right? 40, 50? 54. See, I knew he was a former fighter or somewhere.
Oh, Rich.
So he has been exposed to 54 different subjects, topics, professions. Right? So that's a big exposure, a big diversity. So you can see all the different things that means that they're an Eagle Scout. They've been exposed to different things, and that's what I, as an employer, look for things like that. That someone's not just always done one little thing and only knows one little thing. I want them to have a wider perspective. And of course, through that whole time, they had to live the Scout oath and law. And that is really appealing to employers as well, too. So being an Eagle Scout is a big deal. It is an achievement. It is an achievement to last a lifetime. And I congratulate Ryan for his achievement. And I am glad to call him a fellow Eagle Scout. I do this humbly in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Appreciate your comments, Jim. Hopefully they dovetail pretty nicely with what I have to say. Now comes the presentation of the award. Ryan, I wanted to give you just a couple of comments. Jim mentioned a pretty low percentage of Scouters that actually reach this award, and I have a couple of facts here I wanted to read. Kind of pretty interesting. So just over 2 million boys have reached Eagle in 100 years. It's about 15,000 a year, roughly. And since the inception of the Eagle Scout Award in 1912, 2% of eligible Scouts have earned that highest honor. And luckily, we've seen a surge in the number of Eagle Awards in the last few years because of obviously multiple efforts by troops everywhere to do better. So in 2014, 6% of Scouts earned the award. So even though the percentage has been trending upward over the years, it's still incredibly rare. So lifetime 2%. So you really, first of all, should be patting yourself on the back that you had that perseverance thanks, Mom, to accomplish that. A couple of alumni facts. About half a dozen here, I'll read these fast. 181 NASA astronauts were involved in scouting, and 39 are Eagle Scouts, including Neil Armstrong. 36% of the U.S. Military Academy, or West Point cadets, were Scouts, and 16% are Eagle Scouts. 22% of the U.S. Air Force Academy cadets were involved in scouting, and about 12% of cadets are Eagle Scouts. 25% of the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis. Midshipmen were involved in scouting, and 11% were Eagle Scouts. 191 members of Congress participated in scouting as a youth, and 28 were Eagle Scouts. I don't know that it's such the best group to look from in here. It's still getting nice. And 18 current U.S. governors participated in scouting, and 4 are Eagle Scouts. So you can see those are big groups of people, and even within those very respectable professions and careers, it doesn't say 100% of them are Eagle Scouts. So just as Brother Colson was saying, this is one of the things you get today. I normally keep this in my wallet, but I have my Eagle Scout card from 1994, and it's just a reminder to me. I worked really hard to get this, as did you, as did all Eagles. So it should come with a certain level of honor that you should cherish for your life. So one of the unique blessings that I get as the Young Men's President in our ward is to also oversee the spiritual development of all the youth. And I have particular ownership over the boys that are 16, 17, and 18 years old. So for the last year, I've had stewardship over, not been here for about a year, but last several months I've had stewardship over Ryan, and I can attest to his excellent character. And that's meant a lot to me. Sometimes it comes across as corny, the traits that we profess as Eagle Scouts and the way we try to live our life. But just as Jim is saying, it's a quality I put on my resume. I don't know that that's been the reason I've been able to get my jobs, but it's the reason why I live my life the way I live, and I feel like it's made me a better person. So it's not corny to me, and I think there's a really good partnership between the goals of the Aaronic priesthood as well as scouting. You know what our two goals are, right? That we have as youth leaders, and what are those? One of them you're getting tonight, which is what?
Eagle Scout.
Yes, to become an Eagle Scout. And what's the other one? Get the priesthood, yeah, more particularly, you turn 18 or 19 to go on a mission, yeah, to make yourself eligible to be, to go on a mission, to serve a 2-year mission for the church. You know, and that's a completely different topic for another night, but along with that comes an equal amount of preparation in church and on Wednesday nights, and really 7 days a week. And that's why I say it's a really good partnership between the values that we uphold in the church and the character that you become and what you do as an Eagle Scout. So the requirements are demanding but fair, and they require perseverance and ability. And I can look at your merit badge sash and see obvious accomplishment, but focusing on future opportunities, I want you to realize the leadership and character that you've developed over several years, and that will continue to develop over the next several years as you really become a man. And you'll have opportunities to serve others through your school and your work as you give back to scouting, and it'll be a real accomplishment to you. So for the rest of your life, Ryan, you can travel as a marked man, as an Eagle Scout, and that's a real accomplishment. So before we give them these awards, I just want to give you a round of applause for the great things you've done. Now the fun stuff. So in our troop, we give them kind of some gifts for rank advancements, and it varies. As a tenderfoot, it might be something really simple. Brian already knows what this is, so it's okay pulling the cat out of the bag over here. But for Eagle, you know, seeing that it's a really amazing accomplishment, we like to try to make it worthy of that accomplishment. So I try to keep it in the parameters of dealing with scouting or the outdoors. It can't be an Xbox or something like that. Sorry, Ryan. There is a budget, but anyway, so this is, it's funny, I ran into your fellow scout friend at the scout shop today, so I can't lie and say I had this prepared weeks ago, because it would be very honoring. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I didn't lie, did I? So coming up here and get this hammock. Brian requested a hammock. I know you'll fit in it, but I hope it works well. Good job. And let's go ahead and stay up here, and let's let Mom come on up here and put the Eagle box on there. Let's let you get that back. I'll set that on. Get too much bling on a shirt, it's hard to find some real estate. Okay. Good job right now, Brian, for your mother. Please give her the mother's pin. Yeah, get ready. Good picture with Mom there. Recognize, one, definitely recognize April for all the help she did. We know what moms do for scouting. And Tony, come on up. Okay, and then this is a tie back for you. I'll leave it in there. And of course, your big old badge, which you'll have to sew on after tonight. These are your. What do we have? Oh, okay. We just tear that off.
It doesn't have much more.
Still about to find out.
Be careful not to get this room asking that question.
There you go. It's already on. Good job. Okay.
This is so enjoyable.
I'm gonna leave this up here on the table, or you can put it wherever you want. Let's get this out. Here, Brian. Put it.
You're good at this besides you, Chris.
It is with distinct honor and pleasure that I award you with your Eagle Scout Certificate of Award.